Hey there, Stephanie Zima here. If you've ever struggled with self-doubt, fear of failure, or feeling like you are not enough, this video is for you. I know exactly what that feels like because I've been there. I've faced setbacks, questioned myself, and was even paralyzed by fear. But what I've learned is that confidence and resilience is something not that you're born with, but something that you build. So today I'm going to share with you what true confidence is and what it's not, where fear and self-doubt comes from so you can break free from it, how to rewire your mindset to be unshakable, and I will give you practical steps to build resilience for long-term success. So if you're ready to stop playing small and start stepping into the most powerful version of yourself, let's do it. And before we dive in, if you're on a journey of growth and want more content like this, just make sure to hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you around. Okay, so let's dive right in. Confidence versus resilience. What even is the difference? Confidence and resilience goes hand in hand, but they're not the same things. Confidence is your belief in your abilities. Confidence is your belief in your abilities. Hear that again, okay? It is that inner voice that tells you, I got this, right? It's your belief in your abilities because somewhere in your brain you're like, yeah, I think I could do that. I think I could do that. Yeah. Now that is confident belief, okay? Resilience, on the other hand, is your ability to bounce back after a setback. So if you are, for example, handling rejections, failure or challenges, and you, instead of quitting everything, you just bounce back. That is resilience. You fell down, you get back up. That's resilience. That resilience is already being built when you're a child, right? If you were encouraged to be good enough to get back up, come on, let's go. You fell, it's okay. Come get back up. That's building resilience, okay? So overprotecting all the children, by the way, is really not a good thing because it doesn't build a resilience muscle. It never lets them fail, and that's why they get so scared of even doing something, because they don't have experience with that. They don't have experience to fail. So you've got to let them fall sometimes a little bit, okay? All right, so the truth here is most people think confidence comes before action, but it actually doesn't. It actually comes after it. So you have to prove to yourself that you can handle it by being in this tough position. So you have to put yourself in there, take the risk, take the fear, and then the confidence will come after that. So the more you show up despite the fear, the more confident you are. So when I went traveling all the time, I drove, and I constantly put myself into these positions. That is when I built my confidence muscle. So every single time you're scared of it, do it anyway, okay? The more you recover from the setbacks when you fail, the more resilient you will become also. So that far to that. So why do we even struggle with confidence? Confidence is so powerful. Why do people struggle with it, right? Ever asked yourself that question? It just comes down to two different things. One is the fear of failure and the rejection. When you think, what if I mess up? What if people judge me? Okay. Why is that so scary? Because back then, when we were cave people, you have the fire in the middle, and then you have the people sitting around the fire. The people who were not able to sit in the ring, the people that were rejected, those are the people that were on the outside skirts. Those were the people that either froze to death or got eaten by the lions. Okay. So being rejected, being put out, is a primal fear by us because it's basically triggering death thoughts in your brain, right? Subconsciously, of course, not consciously. So subconsciously, right? That's it. So you don't want to fail or be rejected because your primitive brain associates rejection with death, okay? Negative programming is number 2. So we have fear of rejection as number 1, and negative programming would be number 2. Many of us were conditioned to be afraid, or thinking that we are not enough, whether or not it's from childhood or past experiences of past failures or toxic environments even. Like those toxic environments, they will shape us to be afraid of those situations. The biggest myth that people are saying is that you need to be ready before you even start. No, you will never be ready. Honestly, you can ditch that right now. You will never, ever, ever, ever be ready. You will just have to put yourself out there and learn how to bounce back, right? You have to learn how to get past this initial trigger. So, and this can be small and this can be big. This can be when you want to do public speaking, you can get yourself out there and do it, right? And take the risk. Or it could be hitting the send button on the message that you want to send. So whatever it is, you need to just do it. You need to rip off the Band-Aid and you just need to do it. Think about a thought you couldn't, like think about it, that something that you couldn't do as you were a child, right? Think about that for a second. Do you have something in your brain, right? Do you think of a specific scenario? Think about a specific scenario right now of something that you could have not done when you were a kid. And then think about what it is that you did to then make that happen. What happened, right? There was probably some kind of a progress in between not being able to do this task, then starting to do it, and then being able to do it, right? How did it feel to you afterwards? How did it feel? Did it build your confidence that you were able to do it now? Like, I remember my first workshop that I was giving, I was so scared. I thought I couldn't talk in front of people. I thought this is absolutely impossible. And then after I did it, I started realizing how much fun I actually had talking in front of people, talking with people. And I was like, wow, look at that. I came from here being super scared to here where I was super excited and I had a blast. Okay. All right. So just think about this so that you can build your own overcomer story, because often we are holding on to these failure stories, these things that we are thinking we just can't do something, when in fact we also have a ton of overcomer stories that are not in front of our mind. So it's important that you move those from the back of your mind to the front of your mind. Okay. All right, let me share with you a 3-step formula for confidence and resilience right now. Step 1, shift your identity. Confidence is about what you do. It's not about what you do. It's about who you believe you are. Okay. You need to start having thoughts in your brain about you. Identity, like a clear picture about your identity. So for example, you can say, I am someone who figures something out. Like me, I always said, as long as there are people, I'll be safe. Okay, as long as there are people, I will be safe. Every single time I traveled and I was scared to death, I thought, as long as there are people, I'm safe. So that's the reoccurring sentence that I've had in my brain. So if you are struggling with taking action, you can say, I am someone who figures things out as I go, maybe. Okay. Even if you don't feel confident yet, just act as if you are. Just act as if you are. It's important. You can use affirmations like, I am confident. I am confident. Or instead of saying I'm confident, you can say I am learning to trust myself, right? Some people are not confident yet, but you can say I'm learning to trust myself. All right. Step number 2, take tiny, tiny, tiny brave actions. Most people wait for confidence, and so they never take the action. But what you need to do is you need to start very, very small. What's the next right thing? I think I talked about this yesterday. What is your next right thing? Scared to post on social media, maybe? Post a story first. Someone is coming to my mind right now. Are you maybe nervous to network with people? Send 1 DM today. Are you afraid of rejection? Maybe remind yourself every no gets you closer to a yes. So if you struggle to take that initial action, Mel Robbins actually has a 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 method. And that is something that I used a lot, and it works really well. So if you don't know the 5-second rule from Mel Robbins, you should check that out. It's literally counting backwards from your head, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and you act. And what that does, it kind of tricks your brain to get into action before it can come up with some kind of an objection. Okay, now step number 3 is reframe failure as feedback. Okay, every time you fail, just say, oh, thank you for the feedback. Thank you for showing me how I'm not supposed to get it done. So failure is really just a way to learn. Okay, it doesn't mean anything. If you fail at something, it doesn't mean anything good or bad about you. It just means that you just learned how to not do it, right? I experimented and I got new data. Got new data. Okay, I can't even talk. I got new data. Okay, that's something you can think about it. I'm learning what works and what doesn't work is something you can say to yourself. A success formula would be fail, learn, adjust, repeat, and win. Fail, learn, adjust, repeat, and win. So, in my final thoughts here for you today, the one mindset shift that changes everything. At the end, it really is confidence and resilience come down to literally one thing. Successful people aren't fearless. You got to remember that. The one thing that it comes down to is, do you believe you will figure it out? That's it. Do you think that you can figure it out? Do you believe you could find information? Do you think you could find somebody that knows? Successful people, literally, they are also scared. They're just doing it scared. They're doing the things scared, and they're figuring it out as they go. They just, try to figure out what's next. And then they level up, kind of like the Super Mario game. You tackle, you go up, and then you assess the situation, and you're like, okay, who here can help me get to the next level? And then you get to the next level, and then so on and so forth, okay? All right. And sometimes I was worried about, when I get to the next level, these people are probably going to know so much more about things, and that pushes me into a different fear. But I'll tell you one thing, the people that are already leveled up, I have never seen anyone who is not kind, not nice, not somebody who's like lifting and pulling you back up. The people on the next level are the ones that are pulling you up. The people on the level down, they are the ones who are dragging you down. So if you feel somebody in your environment is dragging you down, please just run, because they are level below you. They're not level up. Everybody on a level up is going to say, hey, come on, let me show you around. So we are not going to be eaten by all these raptors. Okay? All right. So I think this is it. To break free, what you need to literally know is just start. Just start somewhere. So if this was helpful to you, please go ahead and subscribe. Let me know in the comments your key takeaways. If you want to take a quiz to kind of see where you are, make sure you hit that breakthrough blueprint quiz. It's in my description box over here, or in my bio and on Instagram for sure. And follow me and connect with me. I would love to talk to you and see what you are up to, what you're trying to build, where you are, if I can help you, how I can help you, all those kind of things. All right, I talk to you hopefully soon. Mwah!